4 Nigerian soldiers have been injured and at least 15 members of the Boko Haram sect were killed in fresh clashes in Rantown in Borno State. The soldiers were able to repel an attack by the terrorists early on Friday. This follows the military's declaration of totally clearing out Sambisa forest, with some members of the Boko Haram sect on the run. In the meantime, the Nigerian Air Force's Augusta helicopter has been deployed to pick one of the 4 soldiers severely wounded in the clash. He's receiving treatment right now in a hospital in Kaduna. Data feed still coming through in one place simultaneously on all our social media platforms on channelstv.com, youtube.com/channelsweb. You can follow us right now on m.channelstv.com on the go. We got all our platforms on social media covered. We're right now live on Facebook to receive an instant notification on our live shows. Like our page, and you can interact on all our social media platforms. Be part of the show. Tweet at Gimba Umar CTV. Use the hashtag State of the Nation to air your thoughts on the subject. The army is disregarding a video released by Boko Haram factional leader Abubakar Shekau, describing the video as a piece of propaganda that should not be taken seriously. The acting director, Army Public Relations, Brigadier General Sani Usman, maintained that the Nigerian army has captured and occupied the last known stronghold of the terrorist group in the Sambisa forest, reassuring the public that this video is nothing but mere terrorist propaganda aimed at creating fear in the minds of the people and remain relevant. We will, of course, focus on this starting right now. It's prime time in Lagos, and this is State of the Nation. Now, two security experts, Colonel Yomi Dari, retired, and Mr. Ahmed Kadiri, he's also a security expert. Many thanks indeed for joining us on the State of the Nation at this time. Let's start with you, Colonel Yomi Dari. The achievements made by the military to this point is commendable. So many have said that. Now, has the Sambisa forest raised a new concern to you as an expert, considering that it has fallen to the hands of the Nigerian army, but there are still remnants in there, according to the track we just played of the theater commander, Operation Lafia Dole. What do you make of the situation now that we have a win on one hand and some skirmishes on the other?
Thank you very much, Jimba. Well, I've been following the activities of the Nigerian Army in the Northeast Theater, and especially since the entrance into the Sambisa forest, the incursion into Sambisa forest, which is a remarkable feat for the Nigerian Army, or the Nigerian military, I must say. Well, in a normal battle situation, once you get into contact with the enemy, and then you probably overcome the enemy's stronghold. So there's what you call a mop-up operation. And during the course of this mop-up operation, a lot of things happen. In some cases, the enemy, might also fight back. They will definitely fight back, And of course, we must not forget that the Sambisa forest is a very, very vast area, very vast land. Hitherto, it was impregnable. But right now, they've been able to go into the forest. And of course, the Camp Zero, where, according to information, is the headquarters of the Boko Haram. So right now, the military has taken over that camp, And then, of course, you expect that there will be a lot of skirmishes, and it will still go on.
Let's talk to you, Mr. Kadri, or a security consultant for that matter. Do you think that perhaps the military was saving this victory for this season, or perhaps they were not just getting it right at all from the start?
First of all, I do not believe that they were saving it for this season, and I think they've been getting it right from the get-go. These things have their own strategies that have to be followed, and thus far I believe the Nigerian army has done all that it's supposed to in seeing an end to this problem, so to speak. And yes, I'm quite satisfied with what's going on right now.
What did the Nigerian government do?
In terms of bringing an end to this menace of Boko Haram, the right sort of intelligence has been put into play, and in a follow-up, the army has been able to be directed by such intelligence in ensuring that they bring an end to this menace that has been troubling us for some time now.
Did the army need, did the army need to get more sophisticated weapons, for instance, to carry out this war, or was it just the intelligence they needed? Because they have partnered with some other countries, neighboring countries to Nigeria, Chad, Niger, and even getting help from the United States and from the UK. Did they need that at any point?
Well, I think in the past, yes, you might say more sophisticated weapons in the past. But right now, I mean, with the present administration, I think they have the wherewithal in terms of weaponry, you know, sophisticated weapons with good high technology. But what they need most right now, in my own opinion, is a lot of psychological support and then intelligence, okay? Because warfare goes beyond just weapons. It goes beyond having weapons. They need a lot of intelligence gathering, which of course I think they are getting from the civilian JTF, you know. But not only the civilian JTF now, even the populace, all the citizens, everybody, you and I, we need to support this cause. We need to support this cause. We are not only supporting the military.
You're the security expert in this case. How satisfied are you with these successes that we have seen so far being declared by the Nigerian army, looking at the challenges we face as a country on the one hand? For instance, the amnesty offered at some point by the government to the Boko Haram members as to some other palliatives that were being set in place by the government to try to bring about a lasting peace in the northeast, especially the amnesty. Did it work for Nigeria?
Well, with the Boko Haram, the answer is just no. Never worked.
Why did that happen?
Well, of course, they've always stood their grounds that they are not prepared to. They are more interested in, according to them, Islamizing the whole nation, you know. And aside that, we've had cases whereby some people have come up to say that they were going to negotiate with them, you know, and then the next moment you hear Shekau, you know, releasing a video saying that he is not part of that negotiation, you know. So I just believe that the best thing in the circumstance is what the military has done, to go on a frontal attack, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Mr. Kadri, let's talk about the bombardment of the Sambisa forest and its fall to the Nigerian army. Now that that has happened, the fear is that many of them would have scattered to other major cities in the country. Very recently, there was an arrest that was carried out in Lagos State, for instance, with a Boko Haram suspect with bombs in a Toyota Camry car. How much level of security does this throw up to the country now?
It's a bit of a scary situation. With the conquest of Sambisa forest, what I see personally, and from my experience in things like this, is for this group to now form independent cells located all over the country. Now, it now behoves on intelligence gathering, a whole lot of intelligence gathering in trying to root out these cells, wherever they might be. And with such directions from intelligence, the army and all other bodies concerned will be able to put an end to these cells, which could wreak a lot of havoc, a great threat to national security. So what we have seen in Lagos is an example of the formation of such cells. And it's really going to take a lot of very, very painstaking intelligence gathering in rooting out these remote bodies that have started forming.
Can it be done,
all over the country?
Colonel Dari, can that be done?
You mean having rooting out the cells?
Yes.
Well, I honestly, for me, it is dicey. Well, dicey in the sense that we really need to create what you call, full awareness, within the citizenry. Mm-hmm. We really need to do that. We must realize that we owe it a duty that we are all responsible, for the security of this nation. Right now, there's no safe haven anywhere. There's no safe haven. It can strike anywhere. Mm. They can strike anywhere. And so the most important thing here is, this is where I believe that the state governors, who are the chief executive officers of their various states, will deploy their resources in terms of their security votes, such that they will create, they will expand and gather more intelligence. They should recruit, for instance, each ward, on each street, you have, maybe a minimum of 10, 20 informants, paid informants. These things used to happen in those days, such that if there's a new person coming into, who has just moved into a street, they should report it, And again, that will also bring us back to the issue of community policing.